Hello, everyone. I'm Steve Peterson.
And I am Jack Hinkle.
Welcome back to Chops Podcast, where we like to talk about something, and it has to do with teaching, content, and students.
Yes.
How you doing, Jack?
I'm doing great. Hey, Steve, sounds like you
Jack?
You got big plans tonight.
I got a date.
With?
Destiny.
Date with Destiny.
No, okay, so I am going out with my wife, but my brothers and their spouses, and my mom and dad, shout out to Dick and Sue Peterson.
Dick and Sue.
Today, 65th wedding anniversary.
Give it up for Dick and Sue Peterson. Yeah. 65 years.
They were married in 1960.
Wow.
That's impressive.
They ought to get a free meal for that. That's what they should.
I would think so. I mean,
hook
a
'em
lot
up.
has to go right to land 65 years.
Yes.
There's a lot of
Mostly like living.
yeah,
Right? That's the big one. If you
Right,
can live
so-
for that long, that's great. That's awesome.
yeah. So if you get married in your mid-20s and you go up from there, whoop,
Yep.
that is a long time. So 65 years going out to Italian tonight
Yes.
and be with the fam. So I'm gonna bug out of here, go home, change clothes, and do it.
Yes.
Okay,
That sounds a good
that's
time.
what I'm doing tonight.
Meanwhile, I got a date with the Concord Marching
You
Minutemen.
have
We
a
got
date
6 to
with
9 rehearsal.
Destiny.
Yep. It's going to be a grand old time.
What are you gonna work on?
We're going to try and run the show for the first time without metronome. Football game Friday. So we got to lock in. Run the show, no Met.
Part 1 and 2.
It's a good question. Part 1 for sure. Part 2, we have a couple ending possibilities. We might be able to do the whole thing. We might have to stop in the middle. Might stop in the middle and then play the rest of the way.
Checks out.
Which, we were talking, this is a week earlier than our last football game. So we're feeling like last year. It falls a week earlier. So sounds like we're in the right track.
Yeah.
So it's working. So today, Steve, the importance of non-educational things.
Perfect. Okay, what?
Two perfect marbles.
Marbles.
Right? The importance of taking time away from teaching and spending time with students, engaging with students, and like silly, some would say maybe stupid, some would say fun, some would say
Waste of time.
waste of time. Many would say waste of time, actually. But I think it's an investment. It's an investment. Can you tell us about the marbles?
Yeah. A couple years ago for Christmas, my father-in-law got me 2 pairs
Perfect
of
marbles.
brass marbles, and smaller size and like slightly larger. And they he gave them to me because he knew I used to get anxious about marching band results, and they're taken from Humphrey Bogart's role as Captain Queeg in the Caine Mutiny, and it's about an officer that was basically really having a struggle time with mental illness, and when he was on trial, when he got stressed, he would reach into his pocket and got out these brass marbles and would kind of click them together. And so that became like a thing in the show. Like when you heard that, you're like, oh boy, Captain Queeg's having a hard time. So he got them for me. And then so I put them, they became a part of my teaching because I would carry them around, but then I would just like give them to kids. And sometimes they would play with them. Sometimes they would drop them. I'd get them back at the end of class. But they'd get passed around. Or certain kids were not allowed to have them.
Shocking.
Certain kids were allowed to have them. Now in my new position, I have my gem jar on my desk.
Dude, I am still finding gems. I just want to let you know they're everywhere. All over the marching field, the band room, hallways. They're just everywhere. Someone's going to choke on them.
Yeah. Well, and so I have that on my desk, and the marbles are in there. So each day now, kids come in, and one kid took them today, and I said, "Oh, that was a good thing you asked me for them." And so we clarified that we're going to ask if I can take them. But they're kind of like free-range brass marbles, and the kids are using them just kind of as a fidget toy.
Yeah.
Does it waste time sometimes. Sure, it does. Did it in the past? It did. But it was fun, and it was like something to kind of some little gimmick that some kids liked. It was like an honor or fun to have them for the day.
Yes. Yes. Well, and you've given them to many, many kids, and it usually turns into some sort of inside joke, right?
Yes.
Which I think are hilarious.
Yes. And it could be like definitely give it to somebody that was excelling and doing a great job, just kind of like as a reward, or intentionally given to somebody that was on the struggle bus to help them feel like they were a part of the team.
Yes, which is great,
right?
Yeah, you have a ton of moments of those, getting every kid involved, and sometimes it's maybe coincidental, like the kid picked them up and grabbed them or whatever, and sometimes you're more intentional, right? And you might drop them off, give them the old look high, reach low, and then you just hand them off or whatever. Yeah. And the kids remember that, right?
Yeah.
And how many kids have asked you for the marbles?
Now it's like it's daily, and now that crew is growing, and they want to be a part of that and have them.
Marble gang.
Marbles. So it's so that's an example of one that really didn't cost any money. It really doesn't take much time. It's not even that distracting.
No.
But like being in jazz band, make your way back to the trumpets, and just like as the kids are playing, you're doing something. You just like set them on somebody's stand and like walk away.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like a ICU kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. No, it works.
Yeah. What kind of thing? We have others, but like what kind of thing do you think of?
I think something that a lot of the teachers around here do is question the day.
Yep.
It's exactly what it sounds like.
Yep.
Today was, if you could invent a class at Concord High School, what would it be? And I'm like, I'm not talking like personal finance or how to do your taxes. I'm like, get creative. Yeah. So the kids are like, AP nap time, dual credit lunch.
Excellent.
Right? Honors recess, like stuff like that. And they did get pretty funny, and they started like riffing on each other, which is kind of what you want. Like someone's like, how to walk through the hallways quickly without running into people. And everyone's like, yeah, like get that one. How to not PDA in the hallways. Yeah, that got a big response from that group of kids. That's the simple one. But I think the one that I'm trying to do more now is like, and I've been very vocal on this podcast about letting kids talk during class, is that I will go down a rabbit hole with them more often than I don't. I won't like shut it down. I will let it take the 30 seconds it does or whatever. And in front of the class, we'll go through whatever conversation. So like, the example I just told you is that we did we were talking about our favorite sauces or whatever. And it went with a conversation of a girl's grandma has like a homemade salsa recipe. And we talked about that for like quite some time. And then a jar showed up the next day for me that the kids will all partake in. So it's just stuff like that. But that kind of stuff is like the thing that I feel like gets you excited to come back the next day.
Yeah.
As a kid.
I think those kind of things like help build culture.
Yes.
It has nothing to do with academics, or it has nothing to do with music or jazz band music, but it's like an inside joke. One way that you build culture is like you have your own language.
Yes.
Your own buzzwords and connection and inside jokes.
Yes. And as Michael Scott would say, he loves inside jokes, and he'd love to be a part of one someday, right?
Right.
But I think the beauty of inside jokes is if it's your entire class is involved in it.
Yes.
It's great. And what's more fun is if you have kids from that class in another class, you can reference it, and it's like your own inside joke with other people. And then I think that's really fun.
It helps set them apart in their own class. No,
Yes.
I definitely agree with that. Like if you have kids in a different class, I identify with that. That's fun. And I think it's fun for the kids.
Yes. Another time waster we did today, we worked on key signatures today in AP Theory.
Okay.
We were doing rapid fire, and I used to do time trials. I still do, right? Like we'll see how fast we can get through the class. Now I make them all stand up. The first one to say it correctly gets to sit. So it's kind of a race on who. Okay. So we just cycle through keys, and they're like B flat, F, 6 flats, G. Okay. Just one of those. So we were doing that, and they had to get the number of flats in the key is what they had to say. So they were given the key signature name, like B flat, and they had to say 2.
Okay.
So we did that a couple times, and then I said, okay, now we're doing it in Spanish. And that, I thought our kids were pretty good at Spanish.
Yeah.
That blew some of their minds. And some of them were like, cinco. And would just get so stuck. One was like, I think it was 7, and she was like, bruh, and just gave up. I'm like, come on. We can't get siete? Come on.
That's fun.
So I mean, it was
Like
kind
that,
of a waste
yeah.
of their time because they
Yeah.
knew the answer. They just couldn't say it. But it was like that they were getting really riled up in there. But I think they got better at their key signatures. We'll find out tomorrow when we review it. But again, it's like all that stuff. It's like if it gets the kids laughing and louder, I think it's worth it. If it gets them to engage with you more as a human,
and louder, yes.
right?
Yeah.
I know that's such a hot take. I'm sure many teachers right
Yeah.
now are trying to get their kids to stop laughing and to be quiet, but I don't know. That's what works for me.
You know,
So I roll with it. Because you always I think you can always turn that down.
Yes.
And it's best when you can build laughing and louder as the group. Because what you don't want is the individuals that are like laughing and loud, right?
Yes.
But if you can build it up as the group, you can always tame it.
Right.
I think if you're in March and your kids don't talk to you and they don't laugh, that is lame.
Yep.
That stinks. I don't
Right.
want to be in that class.
Yeah. Having that. You might need to go ahead because I just had brain exhaust. And,
Oh, it is Wednesday. We normally record on Mondays, so right
Yeah.
now we're at the Wednesday of the week.
Gotcha.
So I'm feeling it
Okay.
too. So that is what I think we need is more laughing and more loud as a class.
as a class.
Not as individuals, but as a class, and finding ways to draw everyone in to be part of the common good and the common joke,
Right.
whatever that is.
Right. And I think the inside jokes, like when they go for the whole class, like what we just said a few minutes ago, are really positively powerful.
Yes.
And it's not as effective when you have an inside joke with a student that not many other people have.
Yes.
And then it kind of builds exclusivity,
Yes.
and that's not as fun. Then you're not like in the club, but you want all the kids to be in the club, right?
You want because every kid is in the club.
Every kid is in the club, and you want them to feel like it's a place they want to go.
Yes. Want.
And they have an understanding of how the humor and the fun works. And those are fun because then they come back to performances later in the year, and you can bring back memories. And I was thinking about like fun things in class, like teaching music theory many years ago. It wasn't AP, it was just regular at that time, but it was there was we did like a composition project like early on. It was like kind of reverse engineering, but you did a project that was based on sounds and rhythms that kind of occurred naturally.
Oh.
And so it wasn't like dictated perfectly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So I remember one of them that we created was making breakfast. And so we had like griddles brought in to the band room, and kids were like making bacon and eggs and pancakes, and like the sound of the sizzle and the scraping of the spatula and the cracking of an egg, that was like part of the music. And like we graphed it out like how it was supposed to look, not with actual music rhythms, but just what it would look like graphically.
Yeah.
And then like the band room smelled like bacon for like 5 days.
Sounds like a win to
It was
me.
amazing.
Yeah.
But was it a long drawn out process? Yeah, making breakfast in the classroom gets a little takes up a lot of time.
But I bet those kids weren't late to school that day.
Right.
Right?
And it created a good memory.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, you can obviously there's educational components to it, but those kids are going to be talking about that, and I bet they still remember that,
Right.
even if it was 20 years ago or however
Exactly.
long. Um, oh, I had. Oh, I just had another one, but it might go away. Oh no, it's back. Another random thing that I like let happen, but we were doing in piano class today. We were drawing quarter notes, quarter rests, half notes, and we drew them, and then I did little dictations with them, like
Okay.
4 beat dictations. And I'm doing the thing where I airplay my device, and on my device I can see all their screens. So I'm essentially airplaying all of their screens at once. And this is funny because every class I've done this with, they all end up doing the same thing. But it's good for like about 3 minutes. Like the kids are locked in and it works. And then random art and odd images start to appear.
Yeah.
And they're all harmless. So it's kind of funny. And so today I leaned into it.
Yeah.
And so like a kid first like just drew a stick figure, like very basic. And then another girl just like imported some photos of her cats from her camera roll. And then on another kid, I saw a picture of me on his iPad I was like, okay, this is fascinating. I'm like, all right, what else we got? And then the kids kind of got into that. They started,
Nice.
and it was all harmless. So it's
Yeah.
like fine.
Yeah.
So that like leaving space for that kind of stuff, I think is really important. And that was in a piano class, and I have a smaller class. It's 8 kids,
Okay.
but they talk and they're funny, and they're starting to get their own little vibe, which I'm happy about. I want to ask you I don't know if humbling is the right word, but it might be like slightly uncomfortable. I'm building this up too much.
Wow.
Okay. So, but I'm expecting a sarcastic response at first, followed by an authentic one later.
Sarcasm
Don't disappoint
loading.
me.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. When kids are asked by their parents, what do you think of Mr. Peterson's class? What do you no, let me ask the question there, Snarky Pants. Okay. What do you think they would say versus what do you want them to say?
He's weird.
All right, sarcastic one out of the way, authentic incoming.
He's
Unless that was the authentic. Do you want them to think you're weird? We don't say weird, we say different in music theory.
That's true. Yeah, like
I know you think about that. Doesn't every teacher think about that?
absolutely. And if you don't, you're a liar. So,
Sorry to put you on the spot, but I think this goes
no,
into what
I
we
do
have.
think like weird, but then also like I would hope a student would say he likes us
Mm.
or he knows us.
Mm. I think those are good answers. I think those are great answers.
And well, don't you want them to talk about how good of a teacher you are? Well,
I don't know if a 14-year-old's a good judge of
I
that.
don't know. I think we're creating the culture of helping kids relate to somebody as an adult in the school, and then like wanting to create that desire to come back, and like looking forward to it, kind of creating a volunteer position, not a hostage,
Mhm.
right? You think about that with yourself?
No.
What you don't think about?
I thought you were going to call me a liar. I thought that's what you were going to do.
Liar.
No, I do think. I mean,
Okay,
yeah.
what would the kids say to their parents about you?
I think they would say,
He has one whale of a music education background.
I think they would say I'm very energetic.
Okay, that's good.
I think they would say that hyper. They might say hyper. I think about it, but I have no idea what they would say. I have no idea. I think I would answer similarly to you about what I want. I think I would want them to say he expects us to achieve a lot, but he's always really supportive of how we get there.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I want it to be that. I don't know if it is, but I want it to be that. I think one thing, we talked about this beforehand, but one thing you and I pride ourselves on is that we don't rag on kids.
Right.
We don't rag on kids to their faces ever. We might be sarcastic with them, once in a while.
Throw it back to him.
Oh, wow, not another day without a pencil? Shocking.
Shocking.
Right,
Good for you.
But we're never like, wow, like that was so bad. I can't believe you did. Like, we never do that.
No.
And usually if the kids are biffing something, the first place we look is ourselves.
We put the mirror in front of ourselves and say, "Look at Jack." No, right. What did I do, or what did we do as a team to that this is not working?
Right. And, I want my kids to believe that they are really good at what they do.
Mm-hmm.
I want my kids to think that, because if they don't think they're really good at what they do, I don't know if the draw of getting better is as, I don't know, vital. You could say the opposite way. Well, if they're so good, they probably don't think they need to get better. But I think once you get a taste of like that higher tier of success, it's like you see how much is there that you can keep chasing after. And especially with the advanced groups, it's like you want to keep finding ways to get that and pushing them through, the high expectations, but also this like non sequitur stuff that have nothing to do with everything. Like that's the fuel for the vehicle.
Yeah. It definitely, building that culture, building that team, and then being able to do hard things together.
Yeah.
And then also I think, being able to laugh with each other and being careful not to laugh at each other, although sometimes that will inevitably happen. But as a rule, creating, helping have a space that doesn't it's not obviously making fun of people,
right?
But it's like we're all in it together, and but then I think that also helps create a situation when things don't go well, that it's not like the end of the road, and it's like, how could you do that? How come you can't do that? And it's not that. It's thinking of different ways, thinking outside the box to how to get the group to do something. Like I think this is not really fun in games, but I know a couple times in the last couple of years that Jack has had certain instruments in a jazz band that would have a hard time playing a certain rhythm, right? And that was played by like one specific, like a bass player.
Sure.
And then Jack took that line, the bass line, and wrote it for the entire band. So the entire band played that with the bass player.
Yes.
So they not only, everybody learned it together. And then slowly you could take the training wheels off, take off the horns, and take off the other people, then this person is left standing. But you're like working on it together. What a refreshing view on that, rather than stopping and going through with that person over and over and over and over and over, and the class is sitting there doing nothing, and that child is like, this is awkward.
Right. Well, and on the flip side of that, it also helps the horns understand how their part fits in with the basses. I've done that a lot. I've thrown a ton of music at jazz band already this year. I've done 2 of those for Such Sweet Thunder.
Good.
I wrote out Thunderhead, which is just the bum, 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 bum. And then I called it Thunder Sax, and like the sax, part. I wrote out the lead alto part for all the brass. And again, it's like, is it really serving a musical purpose for the brass kids? Like, do they ever need to know that? No. I don't really think so. They need to learn that part, but everyone's involved. It helps the saxes succeed because they're hearing other people play it. It gets the brass doing something, but also everyone's involved in the experience. I think that's the most important part. Right. I learned this from you very early on. It's like when we started team teaching, I came into my job trying to be a band director, and then I saw you being a teacher. And I'm like, I need to be a teacher. Like, you do that so well. Like, you made it, everything you did, you were teaching the class. You weren't a band director working with the saxophones. And I needed to learn that so much sooner. And I felt like I'm finally starting to get the grasp of that and working with everyone in front of me and teaching them, not just being a band director. That's probably the podcast, the real clip.
That's it. Right there, man.
Yeah, it's all because of you, Steve.
Well, I was hoping you were going to figure it out.
Someday I might. Someday I might. We'll have to shut down the podcast when we both figure it out. And there's nothing to talk about anymore. I think there's
job security in the podcast because we probably will. So, right.
Oh, so much job security. So much job security in doing this. That's good.
Okay, so I'm not in the high school every day. I'm at the across the street. I like to say across the creek. But how's high school going?
Oh, it's exactly like you think it is. It's exactly like you think it is.
I know you teach mostly music, but you do have an SRT class.
I do. They're the same as last year.
Okay.
I've seen him once,
Okay.
twice maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's fine. We're
Okay.
vibing. They're nice kids.
Okay.
I've had some good one-liners, but I'm trying to think through a lot of them. One today was, Mr. Hinkle, I march better in Birkenstocks than I do tennis shoes.
Ooh, wow.
That was a good one-liner.
Yeah. Some of those Texas band directors are going to roll up on that one. Because they're like, well, we came from a military background and we didn't have those problems in our band. I was like, and you're a liar. You know, people.
Come on, man.
When you did that thing about like teaching band outdoors, I handed out
Oh, yeah.
5 handouts and I got kids laid, got 2 kids.
Yeah,
in
there was a
front.
Texas band that rolled up on that.
Yeah, and
They
they're like,
reposted it.
well, I'm from Texas and we rule our bands with, you know, military precision and honor and respect. I'm like, well, wow, you're amazing.
Wow, good job. Your kids still text when you're not looking. I don't know what to tell you, dude. They still miss step off. I don't know. We're missing step offs, let me tell you. I'm not saying we're better. We are missing step offs, but we call it like it is. Just want to say that.
Yeah, we're not trying to cover for bad teaching or bad parenting. It's like, it's out there, man. Like sometimes the kids throw the mac and cheese in the restaurant and you're like, yep,
That's my that one. Yep. That's green and white and black. Yep. That's our
my
uniform
kid right there. Yep.
Yep. No, I would say the high school vibe is, I would say it's going well. The kids are still pretty happy.
Mm-hmm.
They're still bubbly. It's like early in the year.
And it helps that it's cool.
Oh my gosh, this week is awesome. I'm so excited for the weekend.
This morning it was 55 degrees.
Bro, it was 45 this morning.
No.
It was 45. It was 45.
When you got up at like 3 a.m.
5:45, same time probably as you. No, you're at like 6 something.
I got up at 5:30 today.
Oh, well,
I
look
had
at
a
you. You had a
very early meeting.
Yeah, because you're very important, I'm sure.
Very
important. You and your
Very
little
important.
smoothie and your oatmeal and your 2 cups of coffee. You're walking Oliver. Yeah, I know your morning routine.
I did not take Oliver for a walk because I had that meeting, so I had to spin
Oh, what
it
kind of
around.
dog dad are you?
Lame.
Yeah. I didn't run this morning. Don't worry. That's not it. Not it.
No, but okay, so kids have not been oppressed by the heat. I would say,
Oppressed. Yeah.
right? Because
Yeah.
going to school in August
That stinks sometimes.
when it's 100 degrees is kind of sad.
Yeah, the hoodie hits different.
Oh, yeah. Like I teach at a high school classroom, and it's in the basement of a intermediate school, but it's a high school space.
It's bougie.
It's bougie. It's very nice. Very, very nice. But that's like a whole different vibe, but it's not the same high school vibe of having 1,800 kids around.
Yeah, that's true.
Or 200 kids coming down for marching band, and they come in and it's a slower pace because they get there by bus or walk or they drive or get dropped off or something. But so they kind of trickle in, and it's, it's different,
Mhm.
obviously, because you don't have as many kids. You're like 25 kids, and this is what it is. And that's the high school culture.
Because those guys, I mean, they never see the intermediate kids, right?
No.
It's like totally separated.
It's totally separate.
So-
Somebody asked me today, is like, well, can I go through that door to the intermediate school? I was like, you always have a choice.
Oh, one of the kids asked you
Yeah.
that.
But I was like, you really don't have a choice because you need a card to open that door. But, yeah, no, we're all contained down there in our own little
That's got to be strange.
utopian society. Yes, I'm glad we have windows
Yeah?
because
Sure.
it is a very nice space and it is bright.
There's
overall.
tons of screens down there. Huge
Tons of
TVs.
screens.
Huge TVs.
Huge. I said they were huge. We got so much to talk about.
The chairs, too. Don't you have those egg chairs?
Yes, we have egg chairs.
You ever
we have
sit in
we
those?
have I did yesterday for the first time.
How do you
yes.
like it?
The egg chairs. We also have wiggle seats. like stools that
Sounds
are
like self-explanatory.
you can spin
You
around
know,
on them.
any
and-
seat's a wiggle seat if you try hard enough.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got portable tables. We got whiteboard tables.
Starbucks kiosk in the back.
Oh my gosh, there is a vending machine. Yeah,
Of
there
course
is a
there
little
is.
kitchen. There's a kitchen.
You got a
in the-
kitchen back there?
Yeah.
I guess we have a kitchen.
You got a kitchen
Yeah,
here,
we got a
but
kitchen
it's
here.
sweet. It looks like
Probably
a
looks nice.
barista should be working there.
Let's
It's
go.
like nice.
Maybe that could be your.
I thought about moving my office in there,
Yeah.
working with the kids at the coffee counter.
Is there like a Keurig in there or anything?
There is.
No.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
There's a freezer, a couple fridges. Yeah, it's good.
Yo.
If you look around, there are snacks. At
I
home,
think
don't
we
you?
should start recording there.
I think we should. I mean, it is a different vibe. Although the esports comes in there in the afternoons.
Oh, that's
They're
true. That
starting
would.
to move in, but
We could.
there's other rooms.
You ever thought about being an assistant coach for the esports team since you're there?
I did think about that, but I'm trash at games.
Steve, you got 2 weeks to prepare. You could teach anything. Okay, kids, in Super Smash, this is what you got to do. Okay, no, look at the screen. No, watch. I do, we do, you do. Come on. Left, down, B. Down, B. You try it. Nope. That's A. Down, B. Come on. Down, B. Okay, now triple combo. Down, B, left. You try. Nope. You start crashing out. No! Down, B, left. Come on.
You might want to think about being in band, okay? Because clearly you don't have the coordination to do this. Why don't you go to something less complicated?
That sounds like a grand old time. There you go.
Yeah. So okay, that's it. That's high school culture over there. We are the Aspire Academy, but it's
I know
at
it's the Move Up Academy.
well, it's the Move Up Academy. That is the name of the space. Aspire is the name of the program. So, like, if you say, "Where do you teach?" or "Where are we meeting?" We're meeting at the Move Up Academy. What's meeting over there? Aspire.
It really bothers me they named the Move Up Academy in the basement. You have to go down the stairs.
It's true.
Can you tell them to think of a new name?
Get down.
The Get Down
Get
Academy.
Down Academy.
There you go.
Yeah,
There
it is
you go.
Nice. It is a very nice place.
Okay, we'll set up.
I might go
let's get a
back out
recording studio in there. Can
I
you
might
build
go-
a space?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We got little booths. And
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
We could have a backdrop because there's nice chairs.
We
and
got the
then
big
you could put
TVs, right?
TVs.
Oh,
We could have that
yeah.
behind us.
You need to get a Chops like poster that you could just leave in there, and then a little quote like every student every day, every kid every day. You always have a choice, like 2 of them. There you know. I think that's it. There you go.
I got plenty of money. Okay.
Loaded. Oh yeah, you got to go.
I gotta
Steve's
go
really
because we have to be on the road in 27 minutes.
Oh yeah, you better
Back
get
to
out of here.
home. Okay. So hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you so much for listening. We appreciate you. We appreciate your thoughtful insights. And for Steve Peterson,
And Jack Hinkle.
we're out of here.
See ya.